Ross.
Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with more requested reactions. This time to ONEUS, and we'll be watching some of their B-sides.
Yes, so the two B-sides we'll be reacting to today are first, Bing Bing, and then second, Plastic Flower. And the videos we'll be watching are their multiverse dance performance things. I don't know. So as you may know, we have reacted to ONEUS through Road to Kingdom and then saw all of their title tracks and a couple of their dance breaks. So this is our first time seeing their B-sides.
Yeah. High expectations though, because we've liked all of their music so far. So
yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Whistles. Doubled with the guitar. I like it. Oh. I'm gonna turn this up. Oh. Huh? What is this?
I don't know.
The structure of the song is really interesting. That's...
the camera effects on all of the hits. Very interesting.
What instrument is that in the background? The one that's going on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Oh. Ah.
It feels like super smooth, like when they ride the whistling. It's like very smooth.
I'm trying to figure out like the exact label I would give this style, but I'm too distracted to figure it out yet. Oh, silence. Build up. Yeah. But also this is like very different from what I was expecting when I heard that the title was Bing Bing.
Me too. That hair was so good on him. Sorry.
The first like full comment you're saying and it's that. Okay.
The structure of the choreography is really interesting too. I'll have to explain it.
Oh. I was gonna say, this song is interesting because I can't figure out the label too because it feels like a mesh of multiple genres. Like the way that the melodic lines are phrased and written is like not exactly in line with what I would expect based on the instrumental.
So I think my comments pretty much come into two broad categories. So the first one is, like I mentioned in the video, the structure of the choreography is very interesting to me because to an extent it does follow like the pattern that you would think, where there's like a distinctive chorus, a distinctive kind of like dance break or chorus part 2 for the whistling part. It has a distinct bridge choreography, so like kind of what you would imagine for like a normal dance where every section's kind of distinct and you see the chorus several times. But also there's something a little bit more interesting about it, I guess. So basically what they've done for like the intro, for parts of the verses, and then for the ending is they've basically cut and pasted small sections of like the chorus choreography or like the whistling part choreography to use in other sections of the song. So you're actually seeing the same choreography more often than you would think you're seeing it, which is very interesting to me, because usually if you did that, you would kind of start being like, why am I seeing this over and over and over again? Like it would almost start to get boring because you're seeing the same thing so often. But I think the reason that it doesn't is because the way they've cut and pasted it, they're using the same movement, but they're putting it into like very different orders, or they'll use like a little section here, insert it into the larger section. So it kind of keeps it fresh. Because like actually, I realized when I went back to watch it the second time, they actually used the same part all 3 times for like the whistling part, which I think if this was actually a title track, at least the third one would have been different. But again, like I said, it makes sense to me because this isn't a title track. Like we said on this channel before, B-sides generally, they don't spend as much time on the choreography because they don't perform them as often. And then my other comment is just this dance is so smooth. Like even when they're doing things that are more like percussive, it's just so smooth in the way that they're doing it. Their movement is very mellow almost. And so it's almost relaxing to watch them do it. And there's a lot of body rolls, there's a lot of melting to the ground, like every time they go to their knee, or when they all go to their knees after the part in silence, they like body roll down and then it's like they melt to the floor. So yeah, it's just very smooth. I hope some of that made sense to you. Okay, cool. Anna's turn.
The first thing that I'm going to say is, so I looked at the lyrics during the break. I didn't realize that the first line in the intro was in French. So I saw it in the lyrics and I was like, wait, what? So what they're saying is l'heure entre chien et loup. I'm sure people have seen the lyrics before, but what that means is like the hour between dog and wolf. I also hadn't realized that there was a Korean title for this, so I'm sorry, but the Korean title is 개와 늑대의 시간. Essentially, they are the same thing. It's like a slightest bit different, but it's basically like the same thing. Now that makes sense. And like the lyrics of the song are very in line with like the concept style that they had been doing at this time period. Because it's like the moon rising. They were like princely werewolves. So for one thing, there was that French line, but to be completely honest, I was getting more like Spanish vibes from this. One thing is the guitar line, and I kind of touched on it. It's more like classical guitar playing, so it's like the finger picking instead of strumming. I feel like I tend to hear that a lot more in like the Spanish style music, and also like the classical style guitar playing gives more of a refined feeling, which goes in line with like the princely werewolves thing. Adding to that more refined feeling is like the whistling, because of the way that they were doing the whistle line, because like sometimes whistling can make it feel like Wild West cowboy, but this like whistling was, oh my god, honestly I just kept thinking of the guy in Cheetah Girls 2 in Barcelona.
The guitar. As you said Spanish guitar, I was like, Anna's gonna bring up the Cheetah Girl.
Obviously a Disney Channel movie is not the best example, but like more refined, like you're just walking down like the cobblestone street, you know, like that whole come songs. It's a little bit different because they're taking that genre and that style that I have in mind, but making it a bit more like pop mainstream, because they are a K-pop dancing performance group. So they have to add elements such as like the beats, like build up in the pre-chorus for the chorus, things like that. And then the last thing that I wanted to say though was like vocally, another thing that adds to that refined feeling is that in the chorus, I don't know the words, but it goes like da, 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 like it goes up and down a lot. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Next. So the second video we are reacting to today, another B-side track, also a multiverse video, is Plastic Flower. I looked it up beforehand this time. There is a Korean title, but it is just Wing 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 Wing. So let's go.
Let's go. So this is cute.
Yeah. Wow, I had no idea, Peyton.
Got the apple hair.
Oh. It's funny because it's like trap beat
Wait, sorry, that was really cute in the dance.
찌질이. Oh, why was there like a growl roar? I really like his singing.
I do too.
He should
I was like,
sing
wow, his voice is so
way
smooth.
more. 거절하지마. Ah, X and then X on your X. Why's there gunshot sound?
Very confused. This is also super smooth, like the way they're dancing.
It's weird because the song calls for like that like swag, but it's like cute concept-ish.
Yeah.
So I'm
No,
just
I know
like,
what you mean.
right?
I'm sorry, I can't get over the apple hair.
Oh.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm still very confused by that like growl roar thing. Oh, there's like a cute do in the background. I really like that.
This is so cute.
Wing 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 wing. See, the like silence do is really cute, but then I get thrown off by the sudden gunshot.
By the gunshot.
Oh. Honestly, the way that they're dressed and acting for this dance just reminds me of people that we know for like high school, college underclassmen age.
Yeah,
If you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Cool. Oh. Honestly, I wasn't expecting the not high note, but like the sustain.
So overall, in terms of like B-side choreography, this is a lot more what I expect because it's very like straightforward. It's not as like cut and pasted and made as complicated as Bing Bing was. It's very much just like light and we're having a good time, but it's still very enjoyable. Like I was really digging the song. So, and then also overall, the way they're dancing this is also very smooth. And when I say that, now that I've said it about both songs, I feel like I can explain it a little better. They're kind of dancing everything within like a smaller range of dynamics. So it's not really like getting too high energy or too low energy, which fits with the songs that they're performing. But also, they're not like overly accentuating anything. It's very much just like we're kind of riding the song. We're kind of just like going about the movement. And so again, it's almost like relaxing to watch because it's never anything like, oh, like taking you off guard, which is very good for certain things. But for these songs, like the smooth dances fit very well. The one thing that I thought was very interesting though was how the chorus, when they're saying wing, 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 wing. If you say it and then you think about it from like an English perspective, it sounds like they're saying wing. It's like a bee buzzing. But I just thought it was really cute because every time they say that, their movements go. Like they're either going like this or like they're flying. Or at one point, Conley is literally just like, but yeah, I just thought that was really, really cute. But the last thing that I thought was really cute was obviously the whole song overall. It's very much more cute concept or like light concept. Like it's not a lot of like heavy, like dark facials, that sort of things. But Hwanam, a couple of times I was watching it And I was watching him when it wasn't his turn in the front, and he was just dancing. And there are a few times where he like reverts to like harder facial expressions, and it was really cute to me for no reason other than just I think Hwanwoong in general is very precious and very cute. So I thought I would speak it into existence. But yeah, and then also another reason that I thought that the way they were acting was very like endearing is because, like Anna mentioned when we were watching this, the way that they were dressed, literally one of our friends owns every single one of those outfits. Like that's the way that he dresses. And he was like one of my underclassmen like children. So I was as soon as she pointed that out, I was like, oh, you're right. And I was like very endeared by that. So that was another reason where I was looking at it. I was like, so cute. Which is probably not the way they want people to think when they see this. But like, whatever. I'm still really embarrassed though. So now I'm gonna say Anna's turn.
So I guess I'll start off my comments by talking about what Peyton just talked about. And like, yeah, there are multiple people who we know that dress like that. And like, obviously they were like my age. So for Peyton, they were like cute underclassmen, but how I interact with those guy friends is like, okay. I had that thought like as soon as I started watching the video. So that affected how I watched that entire video. So instead of being like, oh my god, they're so cute and fangirling, I was just like, okay. So I'm really sorry about that. But like, it felt kind of weird watching this because it's like, you can tell that this is supposed to be like a cuter concept by the song name and also like apple hair, but then there's like elements in the song and like the way that they're dancing where it's like, oh, but this is also supposed to be like kind of cool. So like part of the thing that adds to the cuteness in the song is like the melody that they're singing is like very simple, kind of like child song-esque, and also like the chorus is literally wing 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 wing, and then also like throughout the song there are a lot of like high-pitched, very playful synths and like other musical elements. One part that I think of in particular is like the beginning of the second verse. There's this piano line playing and it's very rhythmic, very playful with its rhythms, but then also in the song, for that contrast sort of balance, there are more like cool swag elements in it, like the whole trap beat, the sound effects, like the gunshot sound and the roar that I still don't really get why they're in there even after reading the lyrics, but like I'm not upset by them because I love hearing gunshot sounds in songs. They had those like more cool sound effects in the song as well. Yeah, just like that balance between cute and cool. Another thing that I mentioned was this like little background line during Vito's part. First of all, I just really like his voice. It's great.
I know.
Also because they were kind of dressed in what Koreans call the boyfriend look. So anyways, we're just gonna leave that there. But the background line, it kind of sounded like chimes. So it just reminded me of like little twinkling lights. So it added to that like more soft, cute effect as well. And then last thing that I'm gonna say, it's not like super high and extreme like it would be if it was like a title track, but it's still higher sustained note during the final chorus. I was really taken aback by that, mainly because like this song has been really repetitive and it's like a really chill vibe, like you're kind of just like swaying along to it. So that note coming out of nowhere really caught me off guard. I'm not mad about it, but I was just like, huh? I didn't expect that to happen from like such a chill song. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So TLDR for this video is we reacted to 2 of ONEUS's B-side songs for the first time today. It was really interesting to see what their sound is like and how it differs from title tracks to B-sides. Also performance-wise too, how it differs. But I think if I had to choose a favorite out of these 2, I like Plastic Flower. Peyton?
I also liked Plastic Flower a lot.
Yeah. It's just like really chill to listen to. But yeah, this was a good time.
It was a great time.
And Peyton's still kind of embarrassed, so I think I'm just gonna finish the video for us too. That being said, if you enjoyed this reaction and have more suggestions for like ONEUS B-sides or anything like that, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell,
Ding.
and bye!